Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. So we're going to get this presentation started. My name is Carlee Fisco. I am a Youth Suicide Prevention Associate here with Prevent Suicide New Jersey under the New Jersey chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics. And we're here today to talk to you a little bit about what Prevent Suicide New Jersey is and what our youth planning committee is and what some of those expectations will be if you end up being one of our members.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Dan. I'm also a Youth Suicide Prevention Associate with NJAAP. And like Carly mentioned, we're just here to answer all of your questions, hopefully, and give you a rundown of what to expect in the YPC program. So, yeah. All right, so first things first, just to give you a little context on what Prevent Suicide New Jersey is. PSNJ is a statewide initiative and coalition created by NJAP to basically bring together all these organizations and put a portal together for different mental health resources and suicide prevention resources geared towards youth that are throughout the state of New Jersey. And this is all funded by the GLS grant through the New Jersey Department of Health, which encompasses the age group of 0 to 22. So that's basically what PSNJ is and the organization that you'd be a part of, and that would facilitate this program for the summer.
Yeah. So, what do Dan and I do specifically? So we told you all this stuff. So what is our jobs? So we are youth associates. So that means that our job is to engage youth on the topic of mental health. So for us, that means we host youth suicide prevention summits in the spring and fall. And those are just summits for high schoolers and middle schoolers and potentially college students for all across the state of New Jersey. And we invite them. We have different presenters, different groups come in. We do different workshops. And it's just a way to really open up the conversation about mental health. We also will be leading our youth planning committee group. So if you are a part of our group, you'll be seeing a lot more of Dan and I, as well as our supervisors, Lynette, Marlena, and Ariel. They'll be helping create this awesome program for you guys. We've also done things such as speaking on panels, giving presentations, and doing tabling events where we hand out resources and share about our stories. We also collaborate with a plethora of different organizations, some including Rutgers University. We've worked closely with some of their dorms, such as Demarest Hall. So we've gone in, we've given resources, we've talked to the students there, and we've also worked very closely with the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide, or SPTS, which some of you might be familiar with. So we've spoken on some of their panels, we've given out resources to them, they've given resources to us. We're have very open communication with a lot of these great organizations. And we also share our message on social media platforms, and that is going to be a big topic that we will get into briefly. But our Instagram is at Prevent Suicide NJ. I run the social media account. I think it's pretty cool. If you want to go give us a follow and check out what we have, we'll be posting updates there, as well as more mental health information for you guys. And we also have a Facebook. And that is just a lovely picture of our team that is wonderful. And hopefully you'll get to meet them pretty soon.
All right, so Carly basically gave you the rundown of what our team is and who we are, but now I'm going to give you a basic structure of what the YPC is and the overall campaign, which is our main goal to facilitate through your program. So the YPC, or the Youth Planning Committee, is a youth-driven initiative, basically encompassing first years in high school all the way to incoming seniors in college. So it's a very broad range of ages that we're trying to adhere to. But basically, the bigger goal is to create this statewide campaign, and that's basically created by youth, led by youth, and for youth. And that our main goal with that is to just spread awareness about suicide prevention and also mental wellness throughout the state of New Jersey and bring together all types of youth from different backgrounds and different geographical areas in the state and really make a cohesive campaign that we can share throughout our state. And how we'll be doing that is we'll be basically doing it implementing both social media, maybe some grassroots tactics as well, but basically a hybrid of both social media, informatics, But that's also up to you guys as well on what you want to see in the campaign and how you can help us facilitate that better. But also, we also want to reemphasize that this is also about advocacy, advocating for your mental health and the mental health of your peers, and also destigmatizing youth suicide prevention in both community spaces and academic spaces. And I'd also like to mention that if you are to scan this QR code, you'll be brought to our PSNJ portal where you could learn more about the YPC and its overall mission, but also other organizations and other goals of Prevent Suicide New Jersey that help us facilitate this type of programming.
Yep. And our application is also there as well.
Yes, which you all are aware of because you
Yeah.
applied.
Yes. So a little bit more specifically about what you will be doing as a part of this summer program. So this is an 8-week summer program, and we will be meeting from June 24th to August 16th on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So each day is going to be something a little bit different. Tuesdays are going to be for presentations from outside groups or even from us. And we'll be having a full group meeting for the week. And then Thursdays, we're going to be having breakout groups. So that's where myself and Dan and our other coworkers are going to be meeting with some of you a little bit more personally to help whatever our tasks are for this week and to help you with some of our other pieces of fun information. This could come in the format of suicide prevention training, learning about advocacy, social media, and overall, the biggest goal we have is working on our social media campaign. So that is going to be all the way from creating the campaign to, creating whatever we're doing for it and then disseminating it. So for this media campaign specifically, we compare it to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, if anybody's ever heard of that before. But we're doing this for suicide prevention. So the idea is to have some kind of media campaign where we do an action or a dance or something that brings people together that we can share and have other people participate in. So we will be doing all of that from scratch. Obviously with the help of our support team, but you guys are going to be the main ones who are coming up with ideas and making sure that, it's for youth and by youth. Throughout the summer, we'll also be working on other topics such as social media, outreach, and program plannings. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And the whole goal is to really just be involved and stay involved. We will have opportunities throughout the school year if you choose to come back for the fall and spring. And you'll be meeting so many people from around the state, and you'll be making some really great connections.
Yeah, so now that Carlee kind of discussed the time frame of what the summer program will look like, I'll now discuss the expectations that we would have of you as participants in our program. So we'd love for all of you to attend all our meetings and events if you could, but if that is not possible throughout the summer because of responsibilities or other conflicts, you are more than welcome to reapply for the fall and the spring program, and we would love to have you. But our main goal and expectation is to create and disseminate our campaign. And we just want to make sure that even if you're not into social media or any other aspect of the planning process, it is okay because we're here to help you and we're here to bring you to where you need to be in order to really get this campaign off the ground. And so with that being said, there are really three aspects or groups that you could really take to if you'd like. We would love for you to get an overall perspective of each group if you can. But if you see yourself sticking more towards one area, we want to make sure that we can help foster those character traits and help you really hone in on those skills pertaining to that one area. And so the areas that we have are social media, program planning, and outreach. And like I said before, we really want you to get immersed in all three if you can, but if you do see yourself really taking to one, we want to make sure that we can highlight your skills and your abilities and how and how they could help us disseminate and create this campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, I know that that is a lot of information. You're probably wondering, well, social media, that could be a whole lot of things. So just to explain a little bit more in detail, so social media, that's going to be mostly about creating posts and understanding what goes into creating different posts or blog posts, things like that. So when we say members will assist in creating 2 social media posts, that means that our expectation for you guys is for you to come up with what you want to post, come up with the caption, come up with the graphic design, all of that. You will obviously have our support, but the idea is to kind of get you involved and to see what it's really like to plan out something mental health related, which is stuff that we do, on a daily basis. Our other aspect is summit program planning. So as we mentioned before, one of our jobs is to create youth suicide prevention summits for youth across New Jersey. So we want you to get an understanding about what that is like. What goes into program planning? How do we find a venue? Who do we decide to work with? How do we work with vendors? Things like that. So you'll be getting an idea of what that looks like. And then finally is outreach. So we will be supplying everybody with flyers, posters, other information about mental health that you will have experience with, going out to places in your community and sharing these resources. So that could be going to community centers, libraries, your own schools, local places that will take flyers, and just get an understanding of what it's like to, work in your community.
Absolutely. And so going off of that, there are many benefits that we want you to gain from being in this organization and this program over the summer. And first off, we want to give you the choice to choose between either a $400 stipend for the entire summer or community service hours for the summer program. So you'll be able to choose between those two options. But we also want you to gain leadership skills and professional development skills and be able to work with your peers across the state and make lasting connections that hopefully can be fostered even after this program ends. But we also want to be able to get you in contact with organizations to make those connections as well. So like that, if you ever needed resources or potentially wanted more information about their careers or anything like that, you can reach out to them as well. We want to make those connections and help you foster those relationships. But really, the big benefit here is advocating for your own mental well-being and that of your peers in both your community spaces and your academic ones. And that's why, we're here and we want to help you really get a good and full experience as best as we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. So that kind of takes us to the end of our presentation. So if you want to go check out our website, we are at preventsuicidenewjersey.org. To the right, we have some of our partners such as Promly, SPTS, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, Second Floor, and the NJ Department of Health. You'll be hearing a lot of these potentially about them. And we also have some resources just to kind of introduce you to what that looks like. So we have the New Jersey Hope Line, Youth Helpline for the Second Floor, and 988. And these are just some of our mental health resources that we have and that we talk about quite a bit. So we know that was a whole lot of information. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at ypcnjaap@gmail.com. For any comments, questions, concerns, we would love to hear from you, and we look forward to reviewing your application. So thank you so much for applying, and thank you so much for watching this video.
Thank you for your time, everyone.